Hi everybody, Mary Brown here, aka Pterodactyl. Welcome to the Pterodactyl's Nest channel. Tonight I'm just going to do a walkthrough of the Golden Tarot of the Tsar. This came out from Scarabeo in 2003. Been in my closet for a while, and it's such a gorgeous deck, and I've just been kind of, revisiting the decks that I haven't spent a lot of time with since I got them. Again, this came out in 2003, so, it's not a new one, but this is Golden Tarot of the Tsar by Atanas, Atanassov, and I'm not sure. I probably did not pronounce that correctly. It's a, standard low Scarabeo little white book, and done in several languages. And yeah, so this would be the extent of what's in English, 14 pages, kind of, right? In the front you have 11 card spread to go with it, and a nice introduction, presentation of like the time periods, and a little bit of history, I guess, and a little bit of background on this deck is presented by Giordano Berti. And what does he say about it? He says the Bulgarian painter Atanassov, that I'm probably not pronouncing correctly, I'm sorry, took his inspiration and created the Golden Tarot of the Tsar from this love for tradition and acknowledgement of its enormous value, so as not to offend the precepts of the orthodoxy. He avoided reproducing basically the images that is the icons which are said to have appeared miraculously without human intervention. In any case, the vastness of the sacred art of the Eastern Christians allowed him to create a work of artistic, documentary, and mystical value. In effect, he did not reinterpret the tarot or modify the icons, but rather adapted the tarot to the icons by associating the traditional meaning of each card in a biblical subject or the portrait of a saint. From this unavoidable choice, which radically transforms the traditional tarot figures, comes new interpretive possibilities. The Golden Tarot of the Tsars does not in any way refer to the old Russian aristocracy. On the contrary, these beautiful cards exalt the faith which for a long time led the Slavonic people, the Slovak people, a faith capable still today of satisfying he who searches for authentic nobility and religion, consisting of pure and radiant virtues like the gold and silver which shines in the cards, in the icons rather, and also in the cards. And so, and then after that it's card meanings and like kind of, an explanation of the spread. So let's take a look at the cards. Anyway, comes with a couple title cards here. It's just one, that even reproduces like one of the cards. Looks like the Strength card, and just the card for Scarabeo. The edges are not gilded or edged with any color. Okay, the card stock is, not surprisingly, it's pretty standard. It's thin and flexible, and I use a lot of low Scarabeo decks that are thin and flexible, and they tend to last pretty well. They You know, they show a lot of wear and tear if you use them a lot, but definitely they hold up pretty well. I like them. So let's look at the cards. You can see like part of the reflective surface there. You know, you can see like my finger reflecting. It's all gold around there. I'll try and catch the light when I can so you can kind of see what parts are gold, or you know, get the concept that there's a lot of gold in these cards. There's gold in them cards. This is the Magician card. Obviously the Fool was the previous one. And go to the High Priestess, and remember he's, you know, adapting the tarot to the icons here, and the imagery of Eastern Orthodox art. Here we have the Empress. It's an interesting take on the Empress. And the Emperor. And the Hierophant. And the Lovers. And the Chariot. And here we have Justice at 11, or at 8 rather. Justice at 8 instead of 11. That's what I wanted to say. And we'll see Strength at 11. And there is a Hermit. And the Wheel of Fortune. And here's our Strength card. You know, I feel like, you know, the imagery is so recognizable. It's really kind of cool. That is, of course, the Hanged Man. You can see how the gold reflects there. The Death card. Temperance. Stars, the Moon, and the Sun. And we have the Judgment card. And then finally, in the Major Arcana, we have the Wheel. And then let's take a look at Ace of Cups, and you can see the titles on the side there in different languages. You can see the gold, how the gold reflects. It's just a gorgeous deck. I love these little vignettes in the minor cards there. In the center there, you have the cups around, and then you have that central image. It's just really cool. And then you have the number at the top there. So this, of course, is the 2 cups. It's just beautiful. And 3 cups. 4 cups. 5 of cups. And the 6. Yeah, they have borders around. You know, they're not they're not borderless. Generally, yeah, and they make use of the borders. And I think with all the gilding and stuff, I kind of feel like having that red border sort of helps set off the gold even a bit more. It's unusual though, you know. It is unusual. The 8 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. And Okay. And then we have the Knave. As you can see, I mean, I think you can see the titles well enough. I probably don't have to recite every title, huh? And there's the King. Okay, and then taking a look at Pentacles, there's the Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. The Three. Four of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. Seven. And the Eight. I just love the design of these. I love the central pictures, like that it's either icon saint, I guess, you know, is basically what we're going to find, or just, you know, that Eastern Orthodox sort of iconography and art. And here we have the Knave or Page of Pentacles. And I'm not bothered by the titles written on the side. I'm really not. Or the red border. I think it helps. It just sort of adds to the sort of unique quality of this deck. I think it frames the artwork really in a great way. I think it sets off the gold. I think it's unusual to have red borders if you're going to have borders. It doesn't take anything away. I think it just adds. It finishes the image. And I'm all about like borderless cards. I love borderless decks. I really do. But it doesn't always work, you know. I mean, sometimes it's like great and really sets off the artwork, and other times it's just sort of like, okay, you know. It just makes the image bigger, which is terrific. I mean, sometimes. I think sometimes it doesn't matter. Okay. We are on the wand suit, by the way. This is card number 7. 7 of Wands. And the wand suit. We have the 8 of Wands. The 9. See all that gold there. The 10. There we have the Page, the Knave. I think that's beautiful. The Knight. Queen of Wands. And the King of Wands. And then here we go with the Ace of Epées or Swords. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. And again, you know, I haven't ever shuffled this deck, so I don't know how the gilding is going to hold up. I like how it, you know, it's, you know, has like these sort of missing spots in it. It kind of looks more antique, you know. It's like gilded, but it also looks like somehow old. I mean, it is old, right? It came out in 2003, Five of Swords, but I haven't ever shuffled it, so, you know, I haven't really tested to see like what happens with wear, but I think I'm going to start working with this deck, Six of Swords, you know, like to do readings. Seven of Swords. No, it's like calling me. Eight of Swords. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you buy a deck, you know, 10 years ago or almost 10 years ago, right? Or more than 10 years ago, right? And you just don't ever work with it. And then one day it's like, it's the day. It's a day that you bought that deck for. It has finally arrived. Ten of Swords. And the Page or the Knave of Swords. And the Knight of Swords. And the Queen of Swords. These cards are just beautiful, I think. And the King of Swords. And that's it. That is the walkthrough of the Golden Tarot of the Tsar from Lo Scarabeo, 2003-ish. Forward by Giordano Berti and beautifully created by that guy. I can't pronounce his name. I'm not even going to try. I think I pronounced it probably like 4 different ways already in this video, so like I give up. Sorry, but I love your work. So I hope you enjoyed this video, this walkthrough of the Tarot of the Tsar. And like the video if you liked it, and subscribe because there's a lot more decks in my closet that I need to take a look at. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Bye-bye, everybody.